This is Media Services Group tutorial on how to enter a book order for version 2013.4. We're on the Elan.Web main menu. Let's go ahead and click on our book sales icon. This will bring us to our book sales home. We can see along the top we have our menu bar, and we want to go ahead, click on orders, and then click on order entry. This will bring us to the new order entry screen. A note about this screen: we have moved the sections onto the screen itself rather than having multiple tabs across the top as we did in previous versions. Another note about these sections: they are both collapsible and expandable by clicking on the small arrow in the upper right on each section. And one more note about the sections is that users may click on a section, drag it to where they want, and when they log out and log back in, that section will remain where they have left it for their convenience. I'm going to go ahead and move my section back to where it was. So let's go ahead and enter an order for a customer. Again, if the customer ID is not known, you can go ahead and launch the customer search. I know my customer ID, so I'm going to go ahead and enter that now. Hit the enter key, and this will load the customer information. And you just want to ensure that you have the proper customer and their address is all in there. Our next section is the order information section, which you can see is already expanded, so I don't have to open it up. And there aren't any mandatory fields here, but if you have a PO number or this is ordered by someone else, you can go ahead and fill in those fields. We would normally select a campaign, so you have a pull-down list. I know my campaign by heart, so I'm just going to type it in, which gives us a default mail code. It's got Canadian prices here, but I want a regular price. So I'm going to say regular US price since my customer is in New York in the United States. And then we can have our order source pull-down menu and choose the proper order source. Let's select mail for our purposes. And we have a task reference number that's Treasury Accounting Symbol Reference Number, which is not a mandatory field and is only for use in a government accounting system. Now, we have our line item section, which is already expanded, because you can see I could collapse it by hitting that arrow, which is pointing upward. And what I want to do is go ahead and add my line items. So I'm going to open up the section. I'm going to put my line item number in. I happen to know it by heart, but again, you can launch a product search by clicking on the search icon. Just going to go ahead and enter my product. Oh, I've got an invalid product, so it looks like I'm going to have to search for my product. And I happen to know the name of it, so I'm going to say complete. I should get complete beating. There it is. I typed in the wrong product ID. I had put a -1 instead of a -4. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it loaded that as adding a new line item. Now what I want to do is bring this new order item up to my line item detail. So I'm going to go ahead and click my add line. It added it up to my order detail. I'm going to click return to order, which will close up this section a bit. And so I've got my address information, I've got my fact that it's a product, and my campaign code. We want regular US pricing. Our source is mail. And now we have all these different sections that do have tabs, but I'm going to just enter a simple bill me order right now. None of these sections or fields within these two sections are mandatory, and neither is payment for that matter. We'll cover payment in another tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and process this order, which will create a bill me order, and we will have a brand new order number once the order is saved. And we've got 16123, which is our new order number for this customer. This has been Book Sales Order Entry for version 2013.4. Thank you.